Good everyone. In this presentation, I am providing assistance to a certain degree on your junior project. These are tips and pointers. Alright, in this presentation, I provide you some reminders, some tips to go through the virtual week, and a small draft example. Um, I know some of you guys are like, what is this? I don't get it. All you are doing is arguing about something based on the data you select and use the mathematics to back up your claim. Alright? That's how you doing. Um, I taught you this throughout the class. Now I will say this though. Through, I want to say, some of the classes, I had a hard time getting through the lesson because it was just too much going on. And because this is a project, I'm not really going to help. Just for a reminder, I'm not helping you much on this because this is something I want to see what you are capable of doing using the information that's given to you. Also, I'm testing your ability to use the resources that I provide to you, i.e. these videos. Alright? So again, I'm not giving you answers or doing any type of information to help you other than give you a blueprint of how to execute your project, and you have to make sure that you have enough information to talk about. So again, I am not, will not guide your hand too much on this. My hands are done. I'm pushing away. It's time for you to see what you can do. Alright? Reminders. All must complete this project, so no one is excused from it. So do it or just get a 0. This is gonna really hurt some grades if you choose not to do it. Take advantage of the virtual week. So I mean, just like I said, take advantage of it. And in this video, I'm pretty much going to show you what you should do day by day so you can have enough time to get things done. Because one thing that we are not going to do, I know many of you guys suspect this, have whole class periods to get this done. That's not going to happen. I will give you some time. That's a promise. But I'm not doing no more than that. Like I said, I give you a minimum 30 minutes. But I also not gonna give you a whole lot more than that. So I want to make sure you guys are in a clear understanding of this. And also, this is your only assignment that I'm giving you through the virtual week. Just for a reminder, for exemptions, you must attain an 80% C and an 18 math on the ACT. Or if you are the two students who I spoke about for the ASVAB, you have to score 80% on all ASVAB mathematics part. So if you're not the two who I talk about, don't talk to me about some ASVAB. Alright? I taught you everything that you needed to know. It's up to you to take what was taught to use to get your stuff together. So I want to see what you can do with the resources that I have taught you. And I want to see what you use, what resources you use that was given to get this task done. Again, my help on this project is very, very limited. There's not much I'm going to do for you. Academic dishonesty is not to be tolerated. Now, I know you guys going to try to fix your face, fix your mouth, say, well, Mr. I was not here. Guess what? Not my problem. Because everything that was taught to you is already Google Classroom and been there for you to do. So again, that is not my responsibility. Like I told you from day one, when you go, handle your business to Google Classroom. So again, do not fix your face. Come to me for all this, all that. One more time on this ACT stuff. If you do not have an 80 C and an 18 math on the math, you're not exempt. You gotta have both. For my ASVAB people, you have to have both an 80 C and an 80 on my ASVAB. And that's for the mathematics part. Alright? And again, you have any issue with that becomes too much for you, guess what? I would take this exemption from every last one of you. So just for a reminder, the exemption is what I want. So if I change it just a little bit, guess what? You're going to have to make peace with that. Alright, because I know I told you that 75 C, but it needs to be at 80. 5 more points is not going to hurt you. Alright, moving on. Alright, so a virtual plan. So this is what you're going to do throughout the week. I promise you 10 pages. It's going to be short if you follow the plan. Now, if you one who chooses not to go against my words, well, you already know what's up, so I don't want to hear it. Alright, this is what you guys are going to do, the plan to follow to stay on top of this. Alright, Monday, you're going to do the introduction and your objective. You could separate them on 2 different pages, or if you could combine them, make 1 page. Alright? So Tuesday or Thursday, that's for you to get through body 1, dealing with your data. Friday, discuss the characteristic of the models, and that's for you to know about the parent function cheat sheet that was given to you, and you have to be able to apply how these models are going to work and deal with it accordingly. Alright. Monday morning, you're going to do your conclusions, or by Monday morning, you're going to do conclusions and recommendations. For this week, I am grading you on completion. So, I think by Tuesday, I need for you to have your objective and your introduction done, depending on when I have you. So, make sure you are on top of it. And again, you choose to go against me, that's your problem, not mine. Alright? I am grading you on completion this week. I know I said it again, completion. I'm not grading you the accuracy piece, because I give you hour to like make something to have that part done. Alright? Turning stuff daily. So I'm be assigning work for you to do. And again, you have to get your pieces done throughout the week. I will grade you on accuracy after the due date. So when it's time to have it finalized to turn in, that's why I look at if it's right or wrong. All right. So when you return, I'm going to quiz you on your vocab, facts, and your regression. I may throw some type of trick in there to get you ready for the final. All right, update. I have provided you some Kahoot to practice with to give you a better understanding of how to go through the assignment. All right, when you return, there's going to be mainly just quizzes and a final study guide to prepare you for your final. All right, so this is the part where I show you the template, the example, how to go through. And even in this template, I'm not giving you every piece of information. So I'm going to give you strategy and you have to follow. And you still have to take it upon yourself to dig up the information through various posts and YouTube. Many of you guys subscribed already to my channel, so let's dig through. All right, so I decided to talk about orange consumption. I don't know about you guys, I love oranges. Oranges are delicious. Oranges smell good. Oranges are good for your body. I just love oranges. So let me show you how to get the party started. So this is my paper example. I start off with things that I already know. Alright? Things that I already know. Oranges are served daily as part of school breakfast. We know that. Oranges provide vitamin C and antioxidants. It is used in various forms of cooking and deodorizers. It is grown mostly in Brazil, but we have oranges grown in Florida. Now those are things that I knew already, either from just knowing it already or from talking to people. Now this is the stuff right here that I'm about to highlight that I do not know, that I researched. Historically, the prices of oranges slightly increased, decreased, but now the average is $1.49 per pound. Okay, so that's for me researching statistical articles, watching some news, keeping up with this. It takes 13 gallons to grow an orange and 45 gallons to make orange juice. And this is water. So 13 gallons of water to grow an orange and 45 gallons to make orange juice. Now that's just crazy. In America, it is ranked the third fruit consumed. So bananas are eaten second. Apples are the most consumed fruit in America. However, orange juice is a drink that all Americans drink. Everyone prefers orange juice over apple juice and fruit punch. We Americans drink 2.5% more orange juice than anyone else on the planet. So do you guys understand how I worked the introduction? So I start off with things I knew about the topic. Because again, I was given average orange consumption per pound. So this is what I knew of it. And then this is what I researched through Google. And that is how you write your first page. You write your first page like that. If you want to do half a page of that, that's fine too. But your first page needs to be about this. And again, your first page needs to be full, complete, organized, double spaced. Do not make your font, the lettering that you use to type, big. Don't change the font either, using in some different styles of writing. Do not do that. That's going to make it hard to read and you will fail. Just follow the instructions that I have did in the other video. So I gave you my introduction of how I go about this. Alright? So let's move on. My argument. So again, you are given a data set that you have chosen. You make an argument for it. And we call this the objective too. So my argument or objective is stating that prices for oranges per pound should remain the same. And to further prove this claim, to prove that this should stay the same, I'm going to provide descriptive and inferential statistics on it. And then I'm going to use Desmos to show the visuals and also help me with descriptive and inferential statistics. Alright, now this page, the objective or the argument, when you describe your point, the thing that you're arguing on, that should take a few sentences describing how you're going to get things done, how you're going to prove your argument. These two things, your descriptive and inferential statistics, what you're describing, that's going to take a good bulk of your time too. And then describing how Desmos going to get it done by showing visuals, showing all forms of statistics needed. That's enough information right there to give you a whole new page right there. That's 2 pages, two to get done. And let me remind you, do not make the font big. Keep it in size 11. That's the size that it starts off with in Google Doc. Keep that the same. Don't change nothing about it, just type about it. Because again, the data that you have chosen is something that you chose because that's something that you have some knowledge about. Alright, body 1, inputting the table and discussing it. Now, I have posted some information of how to input a table in Google Docs. I have shown you that. So make sure you can figure that part out because I'm not, explaining in the classroom. So in body 1, listen up. you are putting the table in there, it is going to take some space. Because again, it's not going to 10 pages is not going to be hard to do. I know it sounds a lot because you're like, oh my God, it's 10 pages. No, every junior that I have taught did this every year, and I'm not changing it for nobody. All right. So getting back to it, orange consumption per pound from the years 2017 to 2023. Now, for my 6 and 7 block, I told you 2029. That was incorrect. It was 2017 to 2023. I was tripping on that one. I would have called it and explained it, but it still worked out the same. Alright, getting back to it. So, this is the part where you describe the table. After you put the table in Google Doc, now you're going to describe that table. Describe it. So you could say, you could describe the title of it. Then you could talk about the domain, which is the years from 2017. Is 6 years after that, so 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So 2017 to 2023 is the data. Now, the data sets that I have gave all you guys, those were correct. My data set, in terms of the years, was incorrect. Alright, getting back to it. Now, you can talk about the consumption of the orange per pound. The average consumption of orange per pound. So this is the part where you just look at it. So in 2017, orange consumption per pound was the lowest, meaning that an average person eat 8 pounds of oranges. And then we notice that it increased slightly in 13, 14. I mean, not 14. So in 2019, it was at its peak. All right, at its peak of 14 pounds, and then it dropped from 14 ounces to 13 ounces. It keeps dropping until we get to 2023, where it increases again. You see what all I did? All that I did in terms of describing the table, that's all I did. I described only the table. I did nothing else but describe that table. And that's all you have to do, your body one. And with you putting that table there and describing it, you quickly have a page already done. So that's 3 pages already situated. Now body 2, like I told you, lots is going on in body 2. You have so much stuff to do. So you have to figure out, you, and you have to describe the descriptive statistics for your data. You have to describe the descriptive statistics for your data. Not me. I'm not doing it. You will. This is the part where everything I have done for you and shown you, you do it yourself. After you do that, it is best for you to get your approach appropriate visuals, it is best for you to get your appropriate best visuals for the situation, for the current situation, dealing with the descriptive statistics. Again, I'm not helping you with that. I will not help you. No, that's a you gotta find out to do. All right. Now, this other part, because remember, by 2, it's gonna take a lot. It's gonna be a lot. What you have to do next is to discuss the options of models. These are your models that you will be using to do what you need to do. I'm not telling you what, because you should know the what already. So take these models, and you're going to describe those unique characteristics of them. You should know by now, by finding your cheat sheet, the characteristics of these functions. And when you know the characteristics of these functions, which we call models in statistics, when you describe them in detail, and then when you write the functions models, that's going to be almost 2 pages, if not 2 pages of its own. Because what you have to do is to describe their proper usage. Which one best is tailored for your situation? You know, do you go with linear? Linear deals with almost every situation. Do you deal with rational? Which, if you know or think about rational numbers, you know what's going on. Will you deal with trig? We know what trig does for us already, those unique characteristics. Do we deal with exponential functions when, if it regarding things that rapidly grows very, very fast? Or do we deal with quadratic when we are looking for the highest point, which you should know that starts with a V? So you have to describe all of those. And when you do, I promise you there's going to be some good detail there. And that's the everything that I have taught you from the first through the third 9 weeks. And that's that precise definition of mathematics. And you could describe how these will work, satisfy the precise definition of mathematics. Alright, from there, you're going to discuss the correlation coefficient of appropriately and correctly. So you have to do that on your own. Again, I won't help you on that because you've been taught it. Then you have to use visuals for this situation is needed. So that means the visuals had to be best for the situation. Alright. Now, after you did that, you determined the best model. Explain the reason of your model that you have selected from those models that I have shown you. Explain why the others will not be best. Use the best visual for the situation. Now, that right there in itself will take up another page. From there, you're going to make 5 predictions. And after you make 5 predictions, you want to describe the trend and the meaning of it. So this means that when you make your 5 predictions, you, at this point, should be able to determine, will the statistics back up your claim. For example, dealing with the orange consumption, I have made claim that the prices should remain the same. After I got through doing my statistics and made all my predictions, it indicates that throughout time more oranges will be consumed. And because of the predictions, that means that my claim has been supported. So I again argued about oranges should remain the same. And because of my predictions saying that more people will eat oranges, to me, that makes sense for why the prices should remain the same. The statistics backed up my claim. Alright? Now, when you get to the conclusion, the end of all of this, this is a part where after you have made your claim, you make recommendations. Going back to my orange example, going back to it, because my predictions indicated that more people will eat oranges. My claim has been proven, and I state again, based on my statistics, oranges price should be the same. And that means to make sure that prices stay the same, the orange factories should be well paid. So the orange factories employees should get raises, because when you have happy employees, productivity works. So that's my recommendation. Pay everybody. All right. So let me recap what I just did. So my claim was that prices of orange should remain the same. Given the data of average orange consumption from 2017 through 2023, my data have shown me that in the future, more people will eat more oranges. So it makes more sense to keep the prices the same, because of my data have suggested it. Now, I did not do the statistics and all the work in this example of my stuff, but you are welcome to take that orange consumption data and just practice for yourself and see will you reach the best conclusion. Now, I bet you if you did this orange my orange data set, your recommendations may be different. Who knows? Maybe you would say that the prices should be cheaper. Well, no, you won't. You would say keep the prices the same because everyone eat oranges and oranges are affordable. But you would say maybe we should just import our own oranges for the US. That may be your recommendation of keeping prices the same so you don't have to worry about America competing with Brazil for the oranges. So maybe that could be another recommendation. Alright? Alright, y'all. That's pretty much it. I gave you a blueprint of what to do. If you say you still don't get it, my best advice is go back and replay these videos till you get it. Again, I'm not doing none of that. Because when I see you, we're going to be reviewing for finals.